Hello everybody and welcome back to G4G, Games for Gamers. Today we are taking a look at the new items that are available for Marvel Avengers Alliance Played on version and the Facebook version. So, as you can see here, we have Fancy Fandral, Fancy McStabby Pants. He is one of the Warriors 3. He will be complementing the unreleased Dwarf. And we also have Hogun, which is the current target of PvP. And that makes up the Warriors 3, all three of which have double moves. Well, I shouldn't say double movesets, double classifications. Hogun is a infiltrator scrapper. Fandral is an infiltrator tactician. And we have the Hexenjäger, Jagermeister, shots. One enemy, 681 to 818 damage, hit percentage 95%, critical only one, very low crit, solid PvP bonus, magic warding, immune to harmful magic effects, takes reduced damage from magic attacks, burning, cower, and hot seat, applies soulfire and causes additional damage when magic abilities are used, I think by the target. So, like a Satana, a Spiral, Dr. Voodoo, Dr. Doom, not Dr. Doom, excuse me, Dr. Strange, but yes, even Dr. Doom with his magic abilities. So, is this gun worth a purchase? I could say yes. The reason being is that Soulfire removes buffs, and with the current pesty meta going on, and the fact that you're not going to scroll this off, yeah, it could be pretty good. Are you going to want to replace one of your Four Seal Horsemen set on this? Maybe not, because it eats up a turn. Um, if you were to do it, I can't imagine what you'd replace it with, because the way I see it is turn 1 Exobliv. Next turn, no mercy to kill somebody. Gauntlet Caress is a passive, it does what it does. Memento Mori to me is my put away if I feel like I'm disoriented, like I get Black Void, and I might hit somebody. I would rather Memento Mori them than No Mercy them, especially if they have a lot of debuffs. I do it for somebody where maybe I'm so weak that No Mercy's not going to kill them, but Memento Mori with the Fatal Blow will. So, does this Flintlock pistol belong in there? Maybe not. Not really. But it could go well with, other sets. The Genetic Re-Engineering set. Yeah, Aramzola's multi-shot injector. Specimen scanners. Adhesive X Launcher. It's funny, there's a guy on the Marvel Avengers Alliance wiki who just made a reference to this gun, but 3 or 4 days ago, within the last week. And here it is. Wow, creepy foreshadowing, almost. It doesn't really go along with the rest of the set. It has no synergy. 2 rounds, and it does Adhesive X. Now, Nico puts this out, but Nico can only do it once per combat. This is a great, fantastic counter to have now. It shuts down Beast, 2 of his abilities. It shuts down Rogue. It shuts down Quicksilver. I hate him. It shuts down Juggernaut, shuts down the Hulk. Anybody who's going to potentially melee you, this is really good. And, here's what's good about it. Tactician Pesty Beast is not going to generalize your blaster if you can't hit him. That's nice. Quicksilver, obviously, 2 turns of just sitting there recharging. Great if he's already debuffed. He's just ticking to death. Juggernaut, obviously, he's not going to one-shot your people. Hulk, of course. Rogue, yeah, stops that nice bleak house, well, black horse, I should say, which can put downfall, not downfall, I'm sorry, it's late, can cripple one of your people by locking out a random move set. So how would you like your agent to go on the first turn and realize he can't Exobliv because of that? So pretty handy, and just like Nico, it hits all enemies. And of course, the inability to dodge and stuff like that. Multi-shot injector. the weird one of the shot, it's wild shots, low chance to hit, although I haven't seen it miss yet, honestly. Limited PvE usage, it's not going to work on a sentinel, not going to work on a servo guard, only works on humanoid flesh. Chance to stun while genetic alterations are being made, causes damage each turn, causes significant damage if removed prior to expiration, so sort of like Doom. So it's a good anti-scroll weapon. Attack, defense, and accuracy and evasion may be reduced if the target is a suitable patient. On the offensive side, applies weakened, exposed, dizzy, and slowed, so kind of plays well with this debuff stick pesty meta. Ionic emitter removes harmful status effects from the target. Many of them are replaced by their opposite. We've seen that on a hero or two. Loki. Ionic enhancement, heal when certain positive status effects are applied. Suitable patient. If your side has it, you get strengthened, fortified, agile, and focused. Specimen scanners, quick action. This radiates the entire battlefield, including your side, and applies suitable patient. So, the specimen scanners. This, honestly, you could do this entire set and take Adhesive X Launcher and put out, wait for it, Red Sniffer. Ooh, maybe a use for Red Sniffer all of a sudden. Kingfisher did a video where he tried to get it done. It was so hard to use that thing, but yeah, you could pull Red Sniffer out of the dust for that. It's a weird set. Honestly, the best thing about it is Ionic Emitter, and I'll show you what I've been doing with that. Is this worth your money? This has got some use in the current meta. It could be nice to bank this thing and have it if you get some really melee heavy metas and everything. Ionic Emitter is definitely nice. Specimen scanners, it's not really going to do a hell of a lot without the rest of the stuff over here. It needs to be paired with one of these two, if not both. So, yeah, I wouldn't. It's not the demon set. It's not the Adeline set that everybody loves for defense and everything, so maybe not. Maybe not. So let's take a look at Fandral. He is available for simple CP purchase, sort of like how Dr. Voodoo was. Just get him. Is he worth it? So far, he's turned out to be okay. I find him a little weak. It looks like he doesn't take damage too well, but he's kind of been holding his own. He is typically, like if you remember Soul Calibur and Fancy Fencer in there, God, what was his name? Fancy Fencer, Flippity Flip and Frenchy guy? Yeah, that guy. I never found him that strong. And Fandral's the same way. He's an infiltrator tactician, which means he'll gain combat reflexes out of hitting a tactician, and he gets an extra turn out of hitting a blaster. He's weak to a scrapper, and he's weak to other infiltrators. He's Asgardian. Path of Cunning counts as both an infiltrator and tactician. Witty Retort. Chance to preemptively apply Distracted, which does not too much. This chance is increased if a Warrior 3 is attacked, meaning himself. So he may help out your teammates, but he will really help out himself. And if one of your other guys is Hogan, that means 2 out of your 3... Hogan? Hulk Hogan. Hogan knows best. Yeah, so if it's one of those two, obviously you have a 2 out of 3 chance, and if it AoEs, it's a 100% chance. He does it a lot. He puts this out a lot. Actions, have at the pincushion, pressure points. Pressure points is nice. Good for the current meta. Pincushion is good if paired with either a scrapper or, and this is interesting how this counts, a jump-in guy. So, let's say you have Ares. Let's say you have Domino. Let's say you have Sabretooth. Anybody who might jump in on an attack, pincushion gives a bonus to it. Kind of neat. On guard, rising up for all of you. Gain focus, fortified, agile, or strengthened. Hey, excuse me, yoink. For himself, on guard, preemptively counters any enemy attack, and it applies D-Power, which we know from Spiral. Uh-huh. Elixir of Recovery, this is the Raise of Glass. Other Warriors 3 also drink, gain these effects when he does it. Disengage, taking reduced damage from counter and follow-up attacks, does not stack with similar. So, he exploits them over here, and he protects against them here with disengage. For himself, he does a stamina recharge, and he removes debuffs on himself. So, a little bit of Emma Frost. So far, you have an Emma Frost and a Spiral wrapped up into this guy, and anybody, of course, who does pressure points. Flinting Circus, stealthy. All enemies, weak damage though, tenderized, and a 3 stack of bleeding. Very interesting. So now you can pair him up with jumping guys, you can pair him up with scrappers, you can pair him up with bleeders. Sabretooth, looking nice to be his partner. Maybe Scrapper version X23, nice to be his partner. So let's take a look at some of these things in action here. And I'm just going to go to resume. I decided to go back into the Spec Ops just to see if I could, you know, it's winding down, seeing if I can get the thing that causes cosmic energy. Just for fun. Let's go with this blaster heavy one. That'll work out. So my group right now is Domino and Fandral. And I'm running basically like a rising up set here on my agent. The Ionic Sledge, which I won in PvP, although I did have an earlier version of it that I could, you know, just reforge up. The Nanite Inductive Nail Gun, or the NIN, that I won in another PvP incursion. The Ionic Emitter. And Neurotrope. So this is... that combination on the agent is relatively... I wouldn't say OP, I would say solidly powered. Oh, so I go first. So I'm going to go ahead and put out Neurotrope on the team. Now, this kind of, what I'm wearing on the agent is like fantastic for Heimdall and Hercules. Works out really nice with those guys. I'll short fuse, and since I have no debuffs to remove, I'm just going to go right on the offensive and crit that guy in the face. I'll have her start off with... she's going to start off with rising up too, and she's going to do pressure points. So now, like, my Heimdall would be fully buffed, my Hercules would have Blessing of Olympus at this point. So now, if he was pincushioned, he would take extra damage from that. So I'm going to go ahead and pop him for the combat reflexes. So now he's pincushioned, weak, and exposed. And see, watch this. Here it's going to pop up. Oh, well, pincushion would have popped up. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'll do one guard and do more rising up. And see, he did Witty Retort because he protected, well, he jumped in on my agent, and there goes the Nin for the shield. Alright, so I've got poisoned on her, and I'm going to go ahead and take it off her with the emitter. And we're going to watch what happens here. Ionic Enhancement, poison's removed, gains regeneration, Witty Retort procs because he's probably AoE. Oh no, going for the agent again. So he's jumped in twice for something that wasn't targeting him. Kind of neat. Stun went off because of my EISO. Hold up. Random debuffs. Okay, so attacking a blaster. I'm going to get the extra turn from being a tactician. And look, see, she's going to kill it again, but pincushion would you would see pincushion there if it weren't dying. And look at that icon. Kind of looks like a magic dual mana cost, doesn't it? I think that's pretty sexy. See, now this is bad. I'm attacking an infiltrator, and the tactician side of me is going to cause a combat reflex. Oh, yeah, see? Pincushion. So this is a pretty neat group the way it is. I like it, and I'm using it to level Domino and Fandral at the moment. Um, I like this loadout. I think he's a little weak, but he's standing up to damage pretty well. So, let's deploy Havoc. I don't think he's going to make an impact here on the tournament with just 9 days left. I don't think you're going to see him doing anything. Um, he could have fit into the current meta the way he is. He does seem fun, if not just to pair up with the other guys when they become available. And to end this one over here tonight, my defensive team actually had a plus 26 today, and I'm actually running the counter pesty meta. I've settled on this here at the end. I flopped defense around a lot this season, and using the 4 seal set, but these guys can't exploit it, and I've given them, she's got morale boost, and she's got a increased chance to hit on the pole vault. He's got the increased chance to hit on the cosmic wave for the augmented. My attacking team, Emo Beast, Team Emo Beast. I've really settled into liking Nico over here. She's won several matches for me. She's actually one where she's been the last one standing, which you think is odd for a weak blaster in terms of health. But yeah, she's great with what I call the turn fuck. Basically, in the first round, I will either stick to it if I see melee heavy people like Rogue, like Beast, like Quicksilver. Fuck you, Quicksilver, Juggernaut, anybody, even Havoc. Anybody who could put out some decent melee damage, she'll do that first. If not, she witch arms, and then in the second round does kick ass on him. So here's the ideal turn order. She goes witch arm. Stuff happens. He goes Exobliv. Hits everybody. Stuff happens, stuff happens, stuff happens. She goes kick ass is the agent. No mercy, one person down. Stuff happens, no mercy, the second person down. Now they're short 2 people already. So that's how I've been treating it, and yeah, I'm close. Real close there. So, hope you enjoyed this video here on G4G, Games for Gamers, and enjoying the stuff that you have here on sale. I find they're really cramming it in. I mean, you still got No Mercy up, this limited Flintlock pistol over here, genetic re-engineering, Fandral, new patch, I mean, they're throwing stuff at you, and really, I think they could slow it down a little bit. Um, just so people don't feel overwhelmed. I mean, getting Miss Nonsploit here in the last 2 weeks of the tournament. I mean, I haven't run into her yet. Is it possible that somebody could do all the tasks to get her? Yeah. I think somebody with a lot of full energies could absolutely be using her right now. And she's an anti-no mercy person. So, and her abilities are there. Don't get scared. They're there. You just can't see them until you have the suit. So, yeah, there's the end of PvP Season 14, the end of the Spec Ops, and the new stuff. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned here on G4G for other items coming up. South Park, the Sitch's Quest, more of that. Maybe Grim Dawn beta, maybe some Titanfall stuff. So, stay tuned, everybody.